All right, so moving on up, let's just take a quick look at these top ribbons. Okay, so over here we have what's called the quick access bar, and this is a customizable bar that you can add things to, and I believe it comes, what you can do is click on this little arrow here, and you can customize what you want there and what you want to take out. So playing around with it, I just added opening reference. I don't want that there right now. I'm going to just click that. So take that out. So now you have three things in here. I think that it comes by default with my databases, options, and board. Okay, so that's kind of handy if you use any of these things a lot. So your board is going to take you to your board window, which is a whole series of videos by itself. I mean, this thing is where all the magic happens. And then you have your settings, and this is basically where you set all your program-wide settings. We'll go over that at some point. Your go-to desktop here. I'm not actually sure the function of this right now because if I click on it, nothing happens. So I'll get back to you on that one. And that's it for the quick access bar. Now what you can do is right-click anywhere here in this blue area, and in the ribbon area, and you can minimize your ribbon, so you can basically make it go away if you want more screen real estate. And what'll happen is when you hover over these menu items, your ribbon will show up. Sorry, not when you hover, when you click. Okay. I don't like it that way, so I'm going to go back to having my ribbon out. You can also show the quick access bar on the bottom of the ribbon, so I'll do that, and you can see here the quick access bar moved here. I'm not sure really what the point of that is. I mean, if you like it, have at it, but it kind of leaves all this dead space here, and I'm not a big fan of that. So I'm going to put it back on top. And then just quickly going through all these menu items here. So you'll notice, as I was talking about before, the concept of a ribbon menu. And what happens is when you click on each of these, you're not getting a drop-down menu like you used to get. You're getting these ribbons. Okay, so depending on the context of what you click on, it's showing all the different actions you can select as part of that ribbon group. Okay, so the only one you'll get a drop down is the file menu here. And this is your basic Windows file drop down that everyone's familiar with. Everyone knows this is where you can create new databases, setups, all kinds of different things. You can open things here with open. It's pretty self-explanatory. This is where you'll activate your stuff that we talked about in the first video. You can install databases this way instead of the way we did in the second video. Email selected database, that gives you a way to just email a database to yourself or to someone else. I would assume compressed, of course. So then moving on to the home menu, which is the default menu. So here we have all the same actions here with new and open. My databases, cloud databases, which eventually would get populated when you get some cloud databases up there out in the cloud. Your DVD contents, if you have a DVD player. I don't. This is your main, like we just talked about with the quick access here, the board. This is your board. So again, you click on that, and that's going to take you, this is where you're going to analyze games. This is where you're going to find search results, all kinds of good stuff here. This is also the view you're going to use if you play an engine like Fritz or Hierarchs or Houdini or Ribka, those types of things. You'll play them in this type of board window. Okay. Now this is the online database. If you're a member of ChessBase, you can search your online database here. So if you click on that, you could just put in a name here. I put in Caruana, click OK, and that's going to take me to this window that gives me all of Caruana's games from the online database. You can do the same thing here, which is your hard disk database, which it defaults to Mega Database 2019. I'll show you how you can change your default database when we go over the options panel. This is a neat little feature that you can use. You can prepare against a certain opponent. You click on that, and it's going to take you to this box where you can sort of create what they call a dossier and a sort of like a file on a certain player, if you're playing that player or if you want to study their games more. It's a pretty neat little handy feature. So that's that. You can find any player with your player base. Remember when we installed the player base here, Playbase? Well, this is where you can basically search that player base, and it has. Let's just try one. So we'll search for Magnus Carlsen. Oh no, this is the Dossier. Okay, this is the Find Player window. You can open this up, search for a player, search for Magnus Carlsen. Why is that not working? The fuck? Oh, dude. What's going on? The fuck? Okay, this is where you can search for your players, find player, list player, player encyclopedia. This will basically list all of your. Oh, God damn it. Okay, this is the player section. If you remember back when we installed the player base here. This is where you're going to find all the players that are installed in that player base, and you can basically either search for a player here, or you can list the player encyclopedia and search that way. This is going to open up a window with all those players, and you can sort of go through and kind of search to your heart's content, whatever players you want to search for. Things like ID card, Dossier. If you click Dossier. Let me just click a player here. You can click Dossier, and it'll just bring up whatever information about that player it has. Some of them for more modern plays have pictures. Okay, and then over here we have our online information for playchess.com and ChessBase. Switching over to report, this is where you're going to generate your reports. A lot of these won't be active unless you're clicked on a database. So right now I'm clicked on Mega Database, and you'll have all your report options here. You can do an opening reference, editorial annotation report, can collect your openings, generate repertoires for your different colors, which is pretty handy. Over here in maintenance, this is where you're going to do all your maintenance tasks for your databases, which you shouldn't hopefully have to do very often. But from time to time, these are huge collections of information, and sometimes things can get corrupted. So you're going to do some maintenance here, and this is something we'll have to go over in detail in a different video because it's going to take a little while. Then you got your cloud menu option, and this is where you're going to sort of go through all the different things with your cloud databases, all your options there. And then view is that now this is how do you change the view here of your database view window. So you can start with giant icons. Okay, you can go with huge icons. You can go with big icons. You can go with medium icons, small icons, tile, which I tend to like tile, but they look a little small on this monitor. Details will give you a little more details about each database. I like that too. And open. Not actually sure what open does. So right now I'm going to keep it on huge, even though they don't look huge. You can do the same thing here. Database preview. I guess this will toggle on whether or not you can preview the game. So you toggle that off, and what that's going to do is just take that preview window away, which I'm not sure why you'd want to do that, but I guess if you have a ton of databases listed here and you need some more room to find one, that would work. And then you get your help. So this is where you're going to sort of reach out and get any help you need. One thing I would recommend if you really want to learn this software is the ChessBase 15 PDF manual. You can get that online. I believe if you click on help, that will take you to the PDF manual, which is basically just a HTML version of that. It's pretty detailed. It's like 400 pages. Okay, and that's the windows. I mean, that's the menu. On a, that's a high-level overview of the menus. In future videos, we're going to start going over all these different options. I think the next thing I'm going to do is go over the actual options that you have in general. That's something you might want to go through and set before you even start using the software in depth. And not sure yet, though. We'll see. In any case, guys, thanks for watching this video. I'm getting trying to get better as I go along. This is only my third video, but I'm hoping that over time these videos will get a little more polished and you'll sort of gain a lot of value from them. That's my hope, at least. I know when I started using ChessBase, it was really hard to find some good information. The only information out there was pretty much some YouTube videos by Steve Lopez, which were awesome, and he's kind of the inspiration that made me start doing these myself. And his blog at uscfsales.com. But he stopped doing those way back in like 2012 or something. So I figured I'd start up and try this out and see how it goes. Hopefully people will get value out of it. I'm also not an expert at this stuff, guys. I mean, I'm definitely not an expert at chess. Let's put it that way. I am an average chess player. But I'm hoping to get better as I go. If you check out my website, blackholechess.com, I'm sort of trying to keep a running documentation there on my chess playing travails and see if I can improve at my age. All right, so thanks for watching, guys. Please give it a like if you think this video is pretty good. Give it a dislike if you think it sucked. I really appreciate you watching, and also hit subscribe if you want to watch more videos and help me out. I appreciate it, guys. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.